put the design of this into the bottom of the barrel, but before it's got to go on the bottom of the barrel, it's got to go onto one of the buckets that we're going to use to actually put the cement in. So I had my wife, because I don't draw, I had my wife come out and make a template for me. And so basically what we did is we put a piece of paper on here. She traced my lines. Then I took the square and I squared everything off and gave myself a center point, so that when I put it on the bucket, I'll put a thumbtack in there and I'll put a thumbtack in the other. That'll keep it from moving around, so these holes don't move around while I drill the holes into the bucket and actually into the bottom of there. But because we're going to do the bucket, I don't think, well, actually we will have to do the bottom of those. So anyway, that's what the template is for, and that's how we did it. We just drew it on. Now, a couple of things about the template. If you're using it like this inside the bucket, it works because that's the upside of the post. However, don't make the mistake I made the first time, and that is, I said, hey, a hole is a hole, whether it came from this way or whether it came from this way. So I drilled the holes in the bucket, but the holes don't work because it's upside down. So make sure that whatever way you're drilling the holes, if you're right side up, then it's for the post going up. If you're drilling it on the bottom, which is what I'm going to do with the bucket, then it has to be upside down. And it's fine because you've already got your center point there, and you're going to put the center point on the bucket or in the bottom of the barrel. So we're going to go through that process now. So now we're going to take our template, and if I go like this, then the post would be upside down, shooting into the air, so we can't do that. So I'm going to put the pin, little tack in there. I'm going to find where my center point is there. And we're going to push that down so it's pretty tight. And then, just so that it's anchored, I'm going to do the same thing with a second point here. So now this hole is going to be for bolts that are 1/4 of an inch, and the bolts are going to come through the bucket, through the bottom of the barrel, and they're going to be bolted onto the bucket first. So there's going to be the bolt, well, there'll be the flat part of the Simpson tie down. Simpson, I think that's what those are called. Anyway, and then it's going to have a 1 1/4 inch washer, and then a bolt that'll hold that to this, and then this will get, these are actually going to be 2.5 inch long. I bought 1.5 inch to begin with, and they're too short, so make sure you measure everything before you start it. But anyway, so this will go through 2.5 inches and it'll come out the bottom of the barrel. So that's going to be our next steps here. There we go. Now, because these are kind of specific to where they're going to be, they don't have to be, so I'm going to make them a little larger. We'll make them a little bigger than they need to be. Now, to show you how this works, let's go over to one of our things over here and we'll put one together. Now, don't tighten that down all the way because you want it to be able to move around when you're putting the other bolts in. Nice thing about these buckets is you can kind of see through them a little bit, so you have a better idea of where that bolt is actually coming out at. Take the same pattern once again. If we drill like this, we're going to be backwards. So we're going to drill this way because the pole is going to be coming up from that direction. Put a pin in. Nice thing about this paper is you can bend it. Put a second point in. Oh, that oak is hard.